Well, it's been so wonderful getting out and enjoying the changing leaves. But believe it or not, we aren't the only ones enjoying the trails right now. As bears prepare to hibernate, it is way more likely you'll see them on the trails. Well, Danny Sturgis asked Marianne Bonnell to give us some tips.
Marianne, it's so nice to be peeping with you today.
Oh goodness, it's great to be here and beat the I-70 traffic, trying to go up to see Aspen.
Oh, it's so true. Yeah, so what can we see here?
Well, in the foothills, it's great for fall colors because it's the shrub country. So you have a lot of variety and they're changing color at different times and they're changing different colors. One of my favorites is the scrub oak. And there's some right here. And what you can see is that it's green right now, but it's starting to turn that brown. And pretty soon this whole hillside will be shades of brown and orange because of that scrub oak. So we're here looking at another identifying feature of the scrub oak or the Gamble's oak. And that is these acorns. And these were just kind of scattered underneath the tree. And this is pay dirt for fall wildlife.
Okay.
This is an acorn and this is full of nutrition, and particularly bears are going to be looking for these acorns. And so they're going to be trying to roam around and dig around and find these with their nose and eat as many of these as possible.
Wow. Okay.
I know.
In terms of the wildlife here, along with the acorns, what else are they looking for?
This is the time of year where everybody's looking for a berry. So there's choke cherries, there's going to be three-leaf sumac, but we've been walking for quite a while now and there is not a berry to be found. This forest is picked clean. And that's a sign of fall. I mean, a lot of animals are trying to eat as much as they can and they have eaten all of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you look over here at this three-leaf sumac, which is just gorgeous color-wise, this is normally covered with beautiful red berries that actually taste a little bit like lemonade, but it has been picked clean.
So what does this mean in terms of, the bears in particular? If they can't find berries here, where are they going?
Well, a bear follows their nose. So once food resources in natural environments are exhausted, or even when they aren't, if there's easy food in neighborhoods, that's where they're going to head because they're going to follow their nose.
What happens if we come around the corner and a bear charges us? This is something that happens.
Yes, it's this extraordinary behavior that bears do that is meant to scare the living daylights out of you, and it does. It's called a bluff charge. And oftentimes it's a female that'll do it, particularly if she has cubs. So if you get too close, and that can be just popping around a blind corner not knowing she's there, she may click her jaw, stomp her feet, or otherwise just charge right at you. And then at the last minute, veer or stop.
Oh my gosh.
And it is meant to say, you are too close. And that again is your opportunity to stand your ground, make yourself look big, and just get out of that situation.
Okay.
We have had in the last quarter more bear sightings than any other animal. Our visitors have reported 18 different bear sightings for a total of 25 bears. So there's been cubs involved and all that kind of stuff. So we want our visitors to know that you should expect to see bears this time of year.
Okay.
And if you do see one, if they're a good distance away and they're doing what a bear does, just kind of foraging, and you can kind of quietly acknowledge the situation and kind of maybe redirect your hike and kind of back out of the area, that's probably the safest and the best thing for the bear, because the bear can continue foraging, which is what it needs to do, and you stay safe. And you don't want to turn and try and run away because the bear could decide that you're something to chase, and you can't outrun a bear.
Okay.
They may be big, but they can go fast. So what you want to do is just kind of stop, make yourself look big, kind of, okay, bear, go away, bear, go away, bear. If you've got kids, get your kids right next to your dogs on a leash, right?
Okay, yep.
So you get your dog a little closer to you and you want to extract yourself and get distance between you and the bear.
Does this same thing apply for, if they do start to come a little closer to us? We see a bear in our garage, near our cars.
If there's a bear on your porch, if you can shout at it safely from inside the house, just to let it know that that's not a good place for it to be.
Okay.
It's called hazing, and it's just a real simple way to sort of aversively condition, kind of like when you yell at your dog, get out of the kitchen, it's like, get off the porch.
Right.
So you can do that with bears, but there's no reason to confront a bear in a dangerous situation. Okay. So you don't want to create a dangerous situation by walking out in the yard with your dog yelling at the bear if the bear's cornered or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so many of us right now are getting outside. We're leaf peeping. It's just such a great time to do that. Is now the time that we would see a bear? You said that the sightings have been high.
Yes. So because they are out, they are foraging, they need to put on a bunch of weight this time of year to prepare for their hibernation. Yeah. And so yes, you will see bears, and bears care more about eating than they do you. And so they're not going to really be that concerned about people. They're more concerned about getting themselves, and if they have cubs, getting their cubs enough food to get through that winter hibernation. So yes, anticipate seeing bears.
Okay. All right. Well, great tips to know, great things to know while we're getting outside and enjoying the beautiful fall foliage. Thanks, Marianne.
Oh, you're welcome.
And for more on bear etiquette and how to make sure you stay safe on the trail, head to jeffco.us/open-space and follow Marianne and her bark ranger Pedro on Instagram at JCOS Ranger 1.